Very hard. It's very, very hard. Especially, it's hard to talk about the performances, which are very, very good indeed. Very enjoyable performances. But of course, we will stick strictly to the no spoilers rule. I thought this was really, really good. I thought it slightly came a tiny bit unstuck at the very end, and there was a kind of Lord of the Rings situation where you think, is that the end? That's the end. That's got to be the end.
At 20-minute intervals.
Yes, the kind of point of comparison in a way isn't so much Fincher's movies, but his box set TV, which is House of Cards, and which has a similar kind of sinister portrait of a marriage feel. And I think the way this is episodically structured around twist and counter twist is very small screen, actually. But none the worse for that. Terrifically gripping, really exciting, and some real springs, some real surprises on you. Real surprises. I thought it was great. It was a little bit flawed at the end, but really good stuff.
Catherine, what does Fincher add to it?
I don't know if he's added that much. I mean, it's a fairly excellent piece of trash literature, and this is a fairly excellent piece of trash movie making. And it's not actually very much more than that. I mean, it's very well played. It's well shot, although I found the murkiness and the audio track murkiness, which is presumably intentional, a little bit much after a while. It's really quite dark and quite hard to understand what they're saying. I slightly disagree with Peter about the performances. I think Ros Pike is too spot on almost. She's too. Somebody once said to me that the thing with Spacey in terms of House of Cards is that he's too spot on for that role. And for this, Ros Pike is very mysterious and beautiful, and you can't quite read her. Whereas someone like Reese Witherspoon, who produced and presumably had her eye on Amy for a while, might have been a slightly more offbeat casting. Also, Ben Affleck does look a bit old, I think. I mean, in the later scenes it's okay, but in the early ones where they're kind of just getting to know each other when they're about late 20s, early 30s, knocking on. But it is very good. As you say, it's hard to talk about. I find it strange that women are quite so desperate to see this film, because it is, without giving anything away, it could be read as quite anti-women. And I think the film, if anything, amplifies that from the book.
It's surprisingly campy for me as well. There's a lot more humour in it than I thought there would be.
Yeah, I think that's how Fincher's style comes in. I don't think he overlays it or kind of filters it through some big auteur-y style. I think it's closer to the lighter touch that he arguably showed in The Social Network, which wasn't a very auteur-y film, but directed, I thought, with a very cool, adroit touch. And I thought the great sort of David Fincher scene was their first meeting, where they meet at a party and he takes her on this magical stroll and they go to past this midnight bakery and get caught in this sugar cloud, which is an overtly kind of what a magical memory. And yet in retrospect it becomes incredibly sinister and unpleasant. And I thought that was very cleverly done. It's Grand Guignol stuff. It's a sort of thing, he kind of makes it look easy.
I think there is a lot of funny stuff in there, as you